What's good, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Hanging out, chilling.
I had fun today when we were joined you guys for Revenge of the Sith. I had fun.
On Daywave.
Yeah, on Daywave.
Yeah.
On Daywave. My bad.
Mhm.
It's been a long day. I
Yeah,
had fun. Always fun to hang out with Royce.
yeah. No, it was a good show today. Yeah, it was fun.
So, are you taking the vaccine?
No, I don't even know what vaccine specific you're referring to, but I'm gonna go after.
So
No.
apparently, in 2022, Moderna started working with the Korean government because what could go wrong there? They started working with Korea on a vaccine for the Hantavirus, right? So tell me why a publicly traded company would start a project for a vaccine for a virus that maybe infects, worldwide 1,000, 2,000 people a fucking year.
I was gonna ask, how common is Hanta? Because it doesn't seem like that is that much of a problem. But they're going to spend millions of dollars investing in developing a vaccine for this one specific virus that
It's normally hundreds of millions.
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the plan?
And it normally takes, unless they get fast tracked through an emergency use authorization or something like that, unless it gets fast tracked, it normally takes 5 to 10 years.
And how long did this one take?
Well, they're still working on it. I bet you if the WHO all of a sudden says like, if they say, hey, we need it, it'll be like Trump will do his thing for Operation Warp Speed 2, and it'll be 6 months, and they'll try to make. I mean, that's my thing. This looks like it's going to turn out to be a big nothing burger because it should. Like, frankly, what people don't get is that like the more dangerous the virus is, the less likely it is like a planet killer, because like people just die from it. They normally don't spread. The one thing that's a little weird about this one, though, that I will say this: the incubation period is really long. It's like 30 or 40 days, and that's a long time. Meaning, like, it can be dormant in a person, and then all of a sudden, 30 or 40 days later, they fucking develop hemorrhagic fever basically and die. But it
Do you have to be bitten by a flea or like a rat itself?
This is the Andes version, so there is human to human respiratory transmission. Like, there is human, but the person normally needs to be symptomatic. I mean, they're making a big deal about this because, very frankly, it's at the very least, it's a distraction from pedophiles running the world. So
another one, they try to throw aliens at us, and
they'll go back to that. I think they're going to go to multidimensional, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But by the way, I don't know if you saw it, but like, they're starting to talk about, like, there's clergymen saying that they've been contacted by the government for stuff that will change the Bible, basically, like change the perception of the Bible, like shit, like, because this is what they need to say in today's world to scare people into focusing, like, or into not focusing, like, because if we all focused on one thing, we would be like, hey, why are you guys covering for pedophiles that eat children?
Yeah. I mean, people are saying, are we expecting a Hantavirus outbreak? Is that something that I'm going to have to like go through? Am I going to see that? Are we going to have lockdowns? Is it going to be the whole thing again?
It shouldn't be, because, again,
well, I agree with you, but the first time it shouldn't have been.
It shouldn't have been for the first time either, right? So, and I think what we're like, one of the things that struck me as I come through social media today is how it's like people love pretending to be afraid of this. Like, I saw someone was like, because they fired a bunch of people at the CDC, that's why this is happening. Like, you people realize this is happening all the way around the fucking world, right? Like, it's not happening here. Like, it has nothing to do with our CDC, but people want it to be so bad. They're politicizing it. They're mad at Trump about it and shit like that. And I mean, be mad at Trump, I don't give a fuck. But it's like they're upset by it, and people are like, oh my God, this could happen. And again, if this becomes an issue, it's because they've made it one. Like, there's absolutely no fucking way. This virus has been around a long time too. But even in the human contact version, it's been around a long time. But somebody could have fucking tinkered with this in a goddamn lab, you know, and that is something that they could actually say. Like they could actually say, hey, you know, this was fucked with in the lab, and it doesn't even need to be true. Like they could just scare people in the fucking submission. Like they proved in 2020 that they can literally scare a huge portion of the population into submission, right? And it's their, if they declare a health emergency, they've already set precedent that they get to basically pause the Constitution, which is still paused, basically. You know what I mean? And
so do you think that we're going to see like more of these crises? Because it kind of seems like the people in power are kind of losing control, and they're throwing these crises out as some sort of like control measure or a distraction. Is that because they're losing control of the system, of the narrative, of like how the world operates, and so they're trying to like pull out all the stops? Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah,
I do. Like, and because here's the fucked up thing, right? You know, I keep seeing a bunch of people. It's so hard to explain how poorly COVID was handled, right? Like, if COVID was really the world killer they said it was, and like we went by the numbers, there would be like this literal war on obesity in America, like a literal war on it. Like, and there's not. Like half the people I saw bitching about Hantavirus today are morbidly obese in 2026. Like you didn't take COVID seriously, or you wouldn't be morbidly obese, right?
well, Alan, it's because they're more likely to die from it, right? And they can't help themselves. They can't make themselves healthier, so it's your job now.
Right, exactly. But are we going to keep seeing stuff like this, man? Whenever you give people in power the concept that they can write their own rules and create more power for themselves every time they declare an emergency, it's pretty shocking how historically you see that there's always a fucking emergency.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but they're testing the waters again. Like, did you see the WHO dude? The WHO dude basically said, like, I hope this makes the U.S. rethink leaving the WHO, the World Health Organization. Like, so it's basically like kind of a fucking threat or something like that. You know,
so
like,
what you're saying is terrorism.
Yeah.
You this is a type of terrorism. Man, I'm not saying somebody like legitimately like tinkered with the hantavirus and released it in attempts to make the US stay with the WHO or anything like that. But you hope that the effects terrorize people into political change.
Oh yeah.
Understood. So you're a proponent of terrorism. Let's just make that, let's cut that clear.
But that's how they've always should have been seen. Like the WHO and the WEF are literally terrorist organizations. It is like they're Bond villains. Like people don't even fucking like. It's all the rich fucking powerful people sitting down and deciding how they're gonna fucking, you know, form humanity.
Like they're fucking submarines and shit.
Dude, have you ever seen the guy that used to run it?
No,
the Klaus guy.
No. Oh, Klaus Schwab.
Yeah.
He does. He definitely looks like a supervillain. I remember seeing a video of him talking normally, and he didn't seem as evil, but I don't know. I can't say I know too much about Klaus Schwab. I know his dad was a Nazi, but that's really neither here nor there.
Right.
You know.
But I don't know, man. I'm thinking that they'll at least try something like. Another thing too is America is so politically divided, like because they've got both people on the left and the right so fucking fucked up about it. Like anything that happens, like people immediately blame Obama from past or immediately blame Trump for right now, when in fact it's all of them, bitches. Like it's motherfucker, it's all of them. Like most of our Congress has been in power for fucking decades, right? Like it's all of them. The president just happens to be who they fucking install at this fucking time, right?
Well, Alan, I think that's just another contagion that they've released, right? Yeah. Just like COVID and just like the Hanta or monkeypox or something like that. This is a social contagion that actually spread a lot more. They just started gearing into more virus style contagions, but that's just another form of control. You know, divide and conquer, all that.
Very true. I mean, because it really does seem to be like it's a pathogen, you know, that they're fostering, and they're fostering it with social media and how they basically, they basically foster what happens on social media, even on X, even on X. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still more free speech than most, but fuck, man, like, I mean, they definitely favor certain viewers or certain creators and shit like that.
Have you ever heard of a certain of like the dancing plague? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So there was a this dancing plague back in it was in France like decades ago or something like that, where people started 1518, yeah, centuries ago. People started dancing, and then or one guy started dancing, and then another guy started dancing, and then like weeks later there was hundreds of people dancing, and they just couldn't stop, and people were falling over dead just because they were dancing. It was like some social hysteria, right? Just the entire town just kind of went insane, and people even came and started like playing violin and stuff like that, but nobody knows why. Nobody, it was just everybody in the town just went hysterical at once. Some people attribute it to rye. Like there's a fungus on rye called ergot, right?
Yeah.
And this is where you derive LSD from. Some people thought it was that, but I think it was just group hysteria. I think it was just group hysteria, and it was studied and by like things like MK Ultra and the CIA to see how they can employ it in modern day America. And I think they have been doing that pretty successfully.
By the way, for anybody that ever watches me and says like, oh, like, you talk crazy shit, go just look up MK Ultra. Like, go look up what's factually proven about MK Ultra. If you still trust the fucking government after reading anything about MK Ultra or anything about the actual history of our fucking government, if you still trust them, either side of them, you literally should get your fucking head examined. You know what? You shouldn't do that because the entire psychiatric industry is controlled by them too. Never mind. You should you should literally take a step the fuck back and realize that you are being a fucking idiot. They just openly were drugging citizens to see what like they literally act like we're just an experiment. The entire that's been the entirety of the CIA, and there's no reason to even have it. Yeah, Operation this guy, MK Ultra has been rebranded into Operation Blue Light Screen. I think possibly.
Yeah, have you heard about that entire conspiracy with the blue light?
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a conspiracy that they're trying to control us through our phones. That makes total sense, right?
Right.
But it's just interesting that they're going down the blue light changes your gamma and alpha brain waves and stuff like that. That's an interesting theory. I know they're controlling your opinion through algorithms and stuff like that, and trying to rile you up and like change your emotional state. That has to be factual. I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. But even the blue light thing, I'm sure that there is if it's not outright true, there's definitely a kernel of truth to it.
So I also like to play through that. Have you ever looked up like how many environmental toxins a person comes into contact with on a daily basis? Right?
No, because I'm a hypochondriac and I don't want to have to fucking deal with that.
It's in the tens of thousands.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm positive it is.
everything like people are saying like I'm always like, oh, I drink from a glass water bottle. There's like a fucking plastic stopper on it and shit like that. So many things, yet alone the fact that like you wonder why everybody's crazy nowadays, right? Like, I'm sorry. In America, this is a statistic that blows you away, but like something like 15% of the entire population is on some sort of SSRI or mood stabilizer. That's fucking 50 million fucking people. Like, that is an absorbent amount of people that's are on
all
a medication.
Of California and then some.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So you add that plus all the toxins that they're exposed to on a daily basis. And then you add like the literally programming. Like, have you ever watched some people and you're like, how the fuck do you believe this shit? COVID was so hard for me because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I would sit down and break down logical shit, right? And nobody would people would automatically dismiss me, or they'd be like, "Oh, you just want people to die." Like, no, you can look on my X feed at the very beginning. I was like, "Are we not going to try to at least protect the elderly people?" Like, because the whole concept was, everybody 15 days is slow to spread. Everybody just like wear a mask and like don't go out except to Walmart. I got a news flash for you: 80-year-old granny is not safer being in the line at Walmart 6 feet away from hundreds of other fucking people. Over this, like, we didn't even try to save them. Like, if there was a truly new pathogen, which COVID was apparently, and people do have low immunity. That's more people are going to get sick than just from the seasonal cold or flu because people have low immunity. Now, there's a certain aspect to it where people had T-cell immunity because they've had colds a bunch of times, which it's 80% the same. So there's a thing called T-cell immunity, but we didn't really protect anybody. The entire concept of 15 days to slow the spread was not to save lives. It was to get people to die slower, like not at the same time. Like if you look it up, right?
Well, here's how much bullshit that entire health agenda is. Like you claim you're concerned about like novel pathogens and foreign viruses and stuff like that. Yet you ship in millions of Indians and Africans who've never even heard of what a vaccine might be and don't have any sort of registered medical records either. So just as many as you can, doesn't matter. There's no testing, no nothing. Just hop on a boat, hop on a plane, and come here. And then you get free stuff. Don't pretend like you're doing this out of our own good.
Right.
That is not true.
Yeah. And it's like, let's see, there's other shit like the mask shit, like donning and doffing a mask. Like I used to teach this class when I worked in healthcare to the food service workers and everything like that. And there's like a procedure you're supposed to follow to put a mask on and take it off so you don't infect yourself, basically, because you're wearing a mask, so it collects all the shit, right? You're supposed to sanitize your hands, put a sanitized, clean new mask on, and then whenever you touch it, like if you touch it, you're supposed to sanitize your hands, take it off, sanitize your hands again, put on a new one, right? Like there was none of that. Like, and I was like, are we not going to tell, like, if you want people to wear masks, are you at least not going to tell them how to wear them? Because they're infecting themselves at higher rates at this point, right? Everybody's like, no, you're crazy. But it's true. Like, it's like they brainwashed these people, and these people fell into it so fucking easily. Like, you saw people like the 6 feet thing, and they literally had people walking down the aisles in grocery stores by the arrows, right? Like, and other people get mad. Like, you're supposed to be walking that way.
I saw people like brooms and pool noodles being like 6 feet, poking other people walking down the street. Just like, nope, stay 6 feet over for me. So, right.
So there's got to be some, like, to me, like, obviously we're a very stupid fucking country now. Like, I mean, the vast majority, like, and I say this, people get so mad at me, but like, you're not better than me. Yeah, I'm so much smarter than most of you. Like, fucking, like, I mean, I'm, not only am I physically superior to fucking a huge portion of the population, but I'm obviously much, much smarter because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to think that staying 6 feet apart for a viral pathogen that travels on aerosolized vapor, which can travel up to 30 fucking meters. I don't think 6 feet is going to do shit. We should all been outside as much as possible, shit like that. But people just believe this shit, right? So that's why they could try this again. I think if anything, I think the hysteria about this shit is just so that they can test out to make sure that they still got a bunch of people under wraps, right? At the very least, they're testing it out. Like, okay, we still got a huge portion of this population that at the very least if we throw something deadly enough at them, we can scare them into trying to get everybody else to comply. Like, and it's a test. They're basically running a test.
Or not very deadly. Not even deadly. It doesn't have to be deadly. All they have to do is use the media and pump out commercials over and over and just reiterate the message, right?
Right.
It doesn't have to be real at all. I mean, just like COVID. I got COVID and it was the flu. I had the flu, but it wasn't like a life-altering event for me. It was just another flu, right?
Well, there's always that shit where it's like, well, my father died of it and he was healthy. Well, was he on any medications? Well, yeah, he was on high blood pressure medication and he was type 2 diabetic, but he was healthy. Like,
Was he put on remdesivir? Well, was he
Yeah,
put
that's
under
another thing.
vent? Well, did he get intubated and was he put on a ventilator and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Maybe what did he need to be? There's a lot more questions to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like I think that like they've got people so fucked up. We live in a time where people want you to be they expect you to be afraid of a fucking cold, but they also expect you to pretend that there's nothing wrong with fat people being fat, right? Like pick one. Like if you want me to be afraid of a cold, then that means you should be telling every fat person to fucking lose weight because they will pressure the fucking healthcare system. They already do. They're a huge pressure on the healthcare system. But instead, we got shit like this. I'm about to show you something. Please forgive me. Okay.
We'll see.
Please forgive me because I'm telling you right now, this is proof that I don't think the Hantavirus is going to be enough. We actually need a fucking meteor. Like we need a meteor to hit this planet as hard as it fucking can. So here you go.
Oof. Honey. Ah! I'm not gonna forgive you for that. that was gross, dude.
People post this to social media as if that's not just shameful on fucking so many fucking levels, right?
You ever think the internet was a mistake?
Yes, it absolutely fucking was. 100%. And there's so many societal mistakes that come around social media and the internet. First of all, and I'm so much older than you, but like if you would like this is why people are like you'd never say that to somebody's face. I don't know about you, but when I get like on my live feeds, if I get a troll in the comments, I always give them the link and invite them on. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always, my only rule is you got to show your fucking face. Like you need to present yourself as you. They never fucking do. They always try to wear a fucking a mask or a hood or something like that. And it's just it just goes to show like I come from a time where if you wanted to talk shit to people, you had to at least do it to their fucking face, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like you took the risk of getting hit physically, right? And like they've even removed that. They like make it so like violence is never the answer. What since when in humanity is violence not the answer? Violence is often the fucking answer. The problem is we aren't using it enough, frankly, a lot of times. Like I literally have a shirt that says "Stay Violent" on it, because like people can say what they want, but like my thing is like if we are in person, you can do anything you want online, but if you talk shit to my wife in person, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. Like right. I mean, I don't give a fuck who you are, you know. Like I recently saw a video of this drunk guy walked up to this woman playing pool and grabbed her ass, and her husband or boyfriend, whatever, came over and fucking knocked this guy cold, right? And everybody's like, way too much. That's way too far. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
yeah, dude, I would lay his ass out too. That wouldn't be an issue. Like, dude, right?
Yeah. Dude knocked him out and then didn't do anything afterwards. Like, he just let the dude lay there. Like, I'm like, he fucking restrained himself pretty fucking well. You know, like, if you ask me, like that's a police got to come get me off his ass type situation, right? And I just think that, like, the internet was a big mistake in that, right? First of all, it allowed the people, like, that's why so many people, like, I think you're seeing online right now, so many people want to have lockdowns again. They thrived in it because they were able to talk shit and tell people that resisted, that people like us who are like, fuck that, I'm not doing shit. They were able to get us fucking canceled or deleted or whatever just by like raising their hand and being like, this guy said this and it hurt my fucking fifis. You know, like, it's a mistake, right? Like, people act a fucking fool and they just, like, the algorithm decides. So the algorithm is not really, like they say the internet's like the modern day town hall. No, it is fucking not. It is absolutely not, because very frankly, they control the volume of people. Like fucking like Royce and them, they were deleted from YouTube for a long fucking time, right? Like literally deleted. They control the voice of it, right? So if it was truly like if Elon truly wanted to have a free speech platform, that shit wouldn't be algorithm based. Like how is the algorithm free speech? It's not free speech when an algorithm runs shit, right? So yeah, it would just allow for greater reach and word of mouth, right? Right. But yeah, I do think I think social media was absolutely a fucking mistake. Absolutely.
I think there's something weird about social dynamics where like how you were saying that like most people are stupid. Yeah, this is absolutely true. But the thing about like in-group preferences and stuff like that, I feel like people kind of they all devolve to the lowest common denominator, right? It's like the stupidest people are usually the loudest, and that's who people tend to congregate around, right? That's the power of group. A lot of people, I mean, normal people are of average intelligence, right? That's statistically true. But it seems like online, everyone's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Everyone's a fucking moron. And then they start getting a lot of they get a lot of retweets, they get a lot of algorithm love. And this is probably because I think everyone has an insecurity about being stupid, right? And so they pay more attention to people that are less intelligent of them, right? So this brings the lowest of the low, the dumbest opinions up, right? And then everyone forms around that like some weird social cancer.
Yeah, I think that's very well said. You know, it's just, I think that like it truly doesn't matter. Have you seen how like how somebody will all of a sudden be called a Nazi? Like basically how they've ruined the words racism, Nazi, like shit like that. That shit used to mean something. Like calling somebody a racist. Like they started calling me a racist in like 2018 because I would always say that like, well, being obese is bad for you, you know, like shit like that. And they're like, well, that's racist. Like, fuck? So, and they're like, yes, because fat phobia is inherently biased against black people, especially black women. Like, you realize how racist that sounds? But like you're basically implying that all black women are fat. Like, you realize that sounds racist, right?
Well, how about the people ratting on their neighbors for having a get together and like going around being like, you need to wear a mask, you need to get vaccinated, and if you don't, you're a Nazi. Yeah. You're a Nazi. Those people going around accusing people of being Nazi, having the most fascist tendencies possible.
You're telling me I have to fall in line with what the fucking government says.
Exactly.
And you're calling me a Nazi. It's fucking, I loved it. I mean, I hated it, but I loved it. You know, like at the same time, but it is that dumb. Like they have no idea what the word even means. You know, they just know that they say it to try to be hurtful, you know, and shit like that. You know?
I mean, when they start bringing stuff up like this, it usually means they don't have an argument.
Oh yeah. Very
that
true,
means they've run out of things to say. They can't make a coherent point. And so they're going to start doing ad hominem attacks.
Right. Yeah. It's like credentialism. Like, like if you disagree with a doctor, they're like, well, where did you go to med school? I didn't, but I can still fucking read. You know what I mean? Like if we read the same, if I read this study to you and you disagree with it, like what the fuck, you know?
Right. I hate that. I hate the credentialism thing too. I saw a meme the other day, whereas there was a big fat lady, right? And she said she was on a date, and then her date says, "Why do you still live with your parents?" And then she was all like, "Well, I have 3 more degrees than you." Like that. Okay, so why do you live with your parents?
Yeah.
Okay. What does that have to do? What is the amount of degrees that you have count at all towards that answer?
No,
you're not better than me because you actually have way more debt than you can handle. Right? That doesn't scream intelligence to me.
Oh no, absolutely not. But it's also it's their way of dismissing like little stuff, like, you know, you can read a study and be like, well, I think it says this. What about you? They're like, well, you can't read that study, but it says it like, you know, coronavirus has an infection fatality rate of, you know, of 0.00003 for people under the age of 10. It says it. So why did we do this with children? Well, you're not a doctor. You don't understand. First of all, the thing that bothers me about that the most, like if you are credentialed and I'm not, then you should be able to fucking explain it to me instead of dismissing me, right? Especially if you're a doctor, you're supposed to be able to provide informed consent, right? But that's not how that works anymore. They will literally just report you and get your post taken down instead, which is always funny.
It's so funny that these people are so anti-religious, but then they treat these scientists and doctors like priests, like clerics and stuff like that. That shouldn't be like questioning science is blasphemy.
Oh yeah.
But
what I find weird is that like it's science should be questioned. First of all, that's the premise of science.
It's not science other way. It's dogma, right?
Right. Yeah. Total dogma. But another thing I find very strange, like I'm atheist, right? And I have been for a long time. Like I'm atheist because I read the Bible when I was 16, and that's no shit. Because then I read the Bible and then I read other religious texts. And I don't knock anybody for their religion. I really don't. Like I think some people do really well with religious condition, and some people point out, well, you're agnostic. Because I always say, like, I'm not sure, I can't prove it, but neither can you. You know, like type thing. And I don't care what people want to label me about it. But I can say this: there's a lot of people in today's world, a lot of younger people who claim to be atheists or agnostic or whatever, when you motherfuckers are just involved into the religion of politics. Like they literally will fall straight in line with the left or the right or something like that, or like COVID or whatever. Like the idea behind being agnostic or an atheist is to literally question everything. Right. Everything. That's why when me and you first started talking, I was like, oh, well, hey, the no shit. The thing is, like, I don't think any of it's conspiracy theories. Like, I think all of it has some fact, you know, like there is shit clearly that we don't understand about our own history. And if we don't understand about our own history, you can't tell me what it is. Like until somebody can tell me how the fucking pyramids were built, until they can tell me why there's fucking things that go down like a quarter of a fucking mile underneath the fucking pyramid. Like, until you can tell me that, I don't want to hear shit from you about that. Like you're definitively sure about shit. You know what I mean? Like
that is interesting. Yeah.
How the fuck can we be so sure about our history when we don't know that? Like there was no plans for that, and they say that was only a couple thousand years ago.
Well, not only that, in current times they're going around changing history books and tearing down statues. So what makes you think that they didn't do this before?
Well, I think me and you have talked about this before, but like I did not know my great grandparents' names. And not only that, but when I contacted my mother to find out about it, because my wife and I just had this random conversation about it, like because we talk about that all the time. Like how, like explain to me, you know how old the Stanley Cup is, like for hockey? It started in like 1870 something, right? We didn't even have fucking cars in 1870 something. How do they have fucking the Stanley Cup for a hockey league? You know, like shit like that doesn't make sense to me a whole lot. Like people were going around in horse and fucking carriage and train, and we had this fucking Stanley Cup. It makes like, I'm sorry, but shit like that, like when people don't ask themselves what the fuck's going on, it makes no sense. So like how did we have all of these indoor buildings that were built, huge fucking buildings built in like the 1800s for these small ass little fucking towns at the time? Like there's a town of 3,000 people and it's got like a fucking 4-story building with like cathedral style ceilings. Why would they even do that? If these people were struggling to fucking survive and eat, why would we fucking expend those resources on it? You know? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, and nobody can explain it. So until they can, I'm going to question fucking everything. Like every fucking thing. There's like, I have the accomplishments we've made recently. We went around the moon. Really? Like the Artemis 2 thing. I'm skeptical. Like why wasn't there more footage? Like you would have thought in today's world there would be nonstop footage, like maybe like a body cam from each one of these fucking people. You know what I mean?
I mean, we definitely have the technology to live stream that, even on the other side of the, maybe not on the other side of the move to live stream, but we could definitely get recordings. That wouldn't be an issue. There is something about that where you have to go through something called the Van Allen radiation belt.
Yeah.
And you get huge doses of radiation, even during the tamest times. Maybe they figured out how to get through that. I don't know. Honestly, I'm like a lot of other people these days that don't give a shit about space travel. Right? It's not the 1960s where people are like watching, everyone like gathers up to watch people go to the moon. Although a lot of people did do that. I live in New Smyrna. A lot of people came to the beach to watch the Artemis 2 launch. But it just didn't seem like it had the national impact that it probably should have had. I mean, that's an achievement, right? Or is it?
Or is it? Right?
Or is it? Yeah.
You know, the thing you see about the splashdown, you know, like that thing's traveling how fast? They said it was traveling at 17,000 to 25,000 miles an hour. What do you think would happen to the human body traveling that fucking fast?
What?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it being good. I can't imagine it's something where all of a sudden a parachute pops out, it slows it down to fucking, 100 miles an hour or so, and then it splashes down and they're okay.
Well, like, you have to hit the atmosphere, and then it slows you down gradually, right? It's not just like you're going 17,000 miles an hour and then a parachute pops.
But what? So they hit the atmosphere at 17,000 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Like, say it slows it down, and if it slows down 5,000 miles per hour in under a minute, right? Or 2.
Well, that would hurt. It doesn't slow down that fast. that would probably kill you. You have to have a certain amount of G's. Like if you stay below a certain amount, and it probably skipped off the atmosphere a few times. I don't know. I didn't actually watch it. But I do tell you, I do play a game called Kerbal Space Program, where it actually it teaches you about orbital mechanics and stuff like that. And so it kind of makes sense. Did they actually do it? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm not saying we can't. Like, I think we can do a fucking shit ton more than what they are fucking saying we can do. Like, I think I have very little doubt that we have anti-gravity technology. Very little doubt. You know, I have because why would we not? Somewhere along the line, somebody's developed it.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
it's another one of those things like a cure for cancer, longevity. I'm sure we have a lot of these technologies. And I think they're just getting harder to keep under wraps, you know?
Yeah. Like cloning. Like when I was a child, like in the early 1970s, they cloned a sheep, like fully cloned a sheep, right?
They did that in the 70s?
Yeah.
Dolly?
Yeah.
They did that was in the 70s. Holy crap.
Yeah. Dolly cloned sheep. Oh no, it's 1996. It was earlier than that. I could fucking swear it was earlier than that.
Yeah.
Well, they were cloning frogs in 1958.
Okay, so just something more complex, like a mammal.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if there wasn't human clones out there right now.
They just stopped talking about it. They literally just stopped talking about it. That is actually the technology that should terrify everybody. Like everybody. Like it was, and it's part of the Mandela effect. Yeah, I swear it was in the 70s. I swear it was when I was a kid that they cloned Dolly.
Is that another Mandela effect thing?
That's what somebody said. Yeah,
that's a weird thing.
But like, you think that like a technology that they're working on, that like cloning just disappears, and we shouldn't be concerned.
Yeah, well, it didn't disappear. They just got it to the point where it was good enough that they should stop talking about it.
Yeah.
That was the issue, right? They're all like, we've gotten good enough at this to where we should probably really keep it on the DL, right? Because we're going to start using it to make super soldiers. And I'm sure China has cloned a number of people and messed with their genetics and made super soldiers, extremely intelligent people. I'd be extremely surprised if there weren't just straight up clones out there. It has to be a fact.
Yeah, I would be incredibly shocked also myself.
Yeah,
because very frankly, like everybody's like, well, it would be unethical to do that. Yeah. Okay, if you think our government is somehow ethical, first of all, you're crazy. But secondly, that would assume that other governments, like you think China's ethical, like shit like that. Like,
okay, so people go to the Philippines to have livers and hearts implanted in their bodies that they don't know where they came from.
Right.
So If we're going to start talking about like medical ethics, like it's kind of a non-starter when you have the entire thing where you can go get a kidney or a heart for $25,000-$50,000 in another country, and no one's going to ask a lot of questions.
Well, look through the Epstein files, the ones that they gave us, and realize that shit probably happens way more often than what we fucking want to admit to ourselves. The fuck more often,
Oh yeah.
And like, there's entire, if you have like American history, have you ever read about the orphan trains?
No.
Tens of thousands of children. They have no idea where their fucking parents came from. Just delivered on trains to people that wanted to adopt them and shit.
Weird.
Really? Look it up. Yeah, look it up. Like, the history of America is fucked up. Like people also pretend like there's not pyramids in America.
Like, I've heard about that. Yeah.
It's like they don't, like, we don't discuss this shit because it's not discussed. Like they keep the topics rolling of what's going on. I would love to know, like, actually what fucking happened. Like, how much of our history is fake? Like, Western history, like, cowboys, cowboy and Indians, Westerns, right? Everybody realizes that we were pretty fucking advanced in other parts of the world at the time where we were supposedly, like, cowboys and Indians and shit like that. Like, I mean, it's this weird fucking concept that, like, we know the exact history of, like, Wild Bill Hickok. Like we know that shit, but we don't know how the pyramids were built. Okay. And I understand it's thousands of years of difference, but one is a dude, that like, and we know his history to the point where movies are made about him. He's like an American hero or whatever, anti-hero, hero, whatever. But yet, like, we don't understand why there's pyramids in America.
So what do you think the deal is with pyramids? Where do you think they come from? You think this is a conspiracy? It could be aliens or something like that. Is that what you're suggesting?
I don't know if it's aliens, but I have very little doubt that there was a much more advanced civilization here before us. Very little doubt.
Okay.
Like, very, very little. Whether it was us and we got blown back to the Stone Ages, or it was the people that kind of, altered us to become human. Like, who knows? But you also got to wonder, like, why are we so unadapted to our environment?
Yeah.
Like you think about it, like, when it comes to animals that evolve, we don't have really, like, physically, we can't protect ourselves against predators, physically, or the sun. Yeah.
The sun.
If we drink tainted water at all, we die. Right. Like, shit like that. Like, we are not very adapted to the earth at all. Like, we're really, really not.
Have you ever heard of something called the Cerulean hypothesis?
No.
The Cerulean hypothesis is basically the idea that there was a highly advanced race of super intelligent dinosaurs 65 million years ago, or some odd number of years ago, that eventually got wiped out or left or just disappeared from the planet for one reason or another. And we don't see any evidence of their civilization because of continental drift and like when continents go under each other and stuff like that. But basically continental drift, where everything is just plowed over by, like, ice ages and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of weird, this is like a real theory. There's books about this, and like, legitimate scientists say this could be possible. We don't have the evidence or something like. It's just an interesting theory that some people say that these creatures could have maybe genetically modified human beings from local apes or something like that to create us.
I mean, it's that or, like, something else. Like, there's so many things that they can't explain. Have you ever watched the like just the structures around the world, right? And watching people scramble to try to pretend like they figured out how they were made. Like, they don't go through the why of it, right? Like, we're back to the pyramids. Why the fuck that would take decades. Okay, especially it would take, like, probably close to a century if you include all the underground portions of it that they've just discovered, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 100 years at the time, even if it's like a lush land, that is a lot of people moving. Like, how do they even move that shit at the time?
Yeah, well, think about sourcing that much limestone. It's limestone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, and people are like, well, they could. What if they figured out a way to melt it and pour it? Like, okay, so first of all, you're talking about like you're already talking about they're more advanced than we were saying. But secondly, some of these things are still 100 fucking tons. You know, like there's so much science that we don't talk about, like sound technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sound technology could be the key to anti-gravity because it's all sound waves, reverberation, that sort of thing, right? But they don't want to talk about it. Like there's so like neat things too, like when it comes to principles of water. But you know, if you put a pyramid in a petri dish, and then you put salt water in that petri dish, when the water evaporates, the salt crystals form into pyramids when they normally are like squares. You know,
really?
Like, yeah, like there's shit that they just don't talk about, and I just find it weird. Like I don't close off my mind to any possibilities because frankly, our people lie. Like the government lies. Like they lie. Like after in 2020 they came out and said, "Hey, we're releasing some documents. Aliens are real." We should have been like, show us every fucking thing. Like, show us every fucking thing you have. The concept that the government can keep secrets from us for our safety when they work for us is so like the fucking founders would have been fucking stacking these motherfuckers like pine by now. You know what I mean? Like, because that's insane. Like, well, it's for national protection. From what? Then we shouldn't know? Like, so it's this weird thing where it's like, I don't trust any of them. So why should I believe what they tell me when it comes to our history, when it comes to any of that shit, right? Like we openly know that they fucking assassinate presidents and they're still in power. Like it's just dumb.
What's the entire reason that they have behind not releasing Epstein, the Epstein client list? Is that also national security? Is that to protect the victims, which obviously is bullshit? That's obviously bullshit. I just want to know what their reason for doing it. I think I know why they're not doing it is because there is a lot of blackmail that they control many politicians with, and they want to keep that that leverage.
That's when you start looking at it. Like, there's very little doubt that it's in the files that Epstein was working with the FBI. Like, it's that he was an informant for the FBI. It's in them, like in the released ones, right? But also, if that's happening, what other governments like Israel and other governments? I'm probably going to have to be fucking. By the way, I'm not suicidal, but
goodbye YouTube channel.
Yeah, no shit. But there's many other governments that would hold this over the head. The fucking P. Diddy shit. P. Diddy went to jail for 2 fucking years, right? That motherfucker is going to be out of jail soon. Like, people don't realize that. Are you fucking kidding me? Right? I mean, like if any normal person would have done half the shit he did, if most dudes would have been on video doing what he did just in the hallway to that one lady, you're in jail for 10, 15 fucking years. You know, he's in jail for 2 years because I'd imagine that he controlled, like through him, he controls a lot of Hollywood for them. You know, like a lot of fucking Hollywood.
I think that just goes to show you that our legal system has been weaponized, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's not. It hasn't been about justice for a long time, right? And this is another thing that people are getting sick about, right? Obviously, justice isn't being served in certain situations, and many. There's so many examples of this happening, and people are just tired of it, you know. You know, when you like constantly prod an animal and shit like that, they just give up. That's what people are now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that it's understandable that everybody realizes it's bullshit. I saw a couple of videos where people are like, I know it's all bullshit, but I'm just trying to fucking make it through the week. You know, they make
it. What I'm saying.
Whenever anybody gets so fucking stressed, like that's an issue. Like in Trump's first presidency, right? The first administration. people were doing well. Like the American people were doing well. The economy was thriving. People were saving money. People were spending money like it was fucking water. The economy was fucking jamming, right? I don't think that they fucking axed him to get rid of him. Like, I don't. I think that's right when Epstein got arrested and Epstein killed himself, right? And they needed something to take the fucking focus off of that shit. Like, Joe Rogan started openly saying like Epstein didn't kill himself in 2019. And then in 2019, like early in 2020, all of a sudden a cold needs to shut down the entire fucking world. Right. And then, like, okay, we're releasing the Epstein files. Fucking Trump runs on releasing the Epstein files. Then they tried to avoid it. Then they fucking are forced to release some of them, completely redacted. People were pissed. They want more. Like, fuck, our pedophile cannibals literally fucking run our government. What the fuck are we going to do about this? All of a sudden, war with Iran.
Yeah, war with Iran, right? I mean, they also tried to shoot at him like 4 times. What is it, 4 times now?
Yeah.
It's, I mean, they're not going to release those Epstein files. I think here's the thing that elites hate the most is a population with free time. They don't want you to have free time. They don't want you to have any sort of like liberty to decide what you can do with your afternoons or your mornings or your days or anything like that. Because if you have free time, you're going to start asking questions. You're going to start congregating. This is another thing about COVID, that they shut down the third places immediately. Bars, churches, places where people congregate and they would talk to each other. That's problematic for these elites, for these people that control society, right?
Well, it's the sense of community, right? Like,
exactly.
Literally, it's like I before I got married, and even for a while after we got married, like the gym was community. We were friends with a lot of people at the gym, right? I don't even go to a gym anymore. I work out at home, just because time and fucking people. The older I get, the less people I like to fucking do. But like, it was crushing people. Like, dude, we were coaching way too many people at the time. We were coaching like 200 people for weight loss at the time, right? And anybody that was having success was because they had found new friends, they had found new purpose, they had found community around them of people that would encourage them to lose weight, encourage them to eat healthy, like do stuff like that in their gym or in their running club or in their swimming club or in stuff like that. Like, we always encourage. That's one of the reasons why on the app we literally have a group chat called the Hunger Free and Happy group chat. Like, just people like share your stories, talk to people, everything like that. I mean, we monitor it because we have to. We can delete shit if we need to, because if somebody joins and goes crazy, we got to fucking do it. But it helps bring a sense of community, right? Because community brings stability, and community also checks bad behavior when allowed. And they have stopped allowing that to happen too. Like, dude, when I was growing up, we would call each other fat if we fucking couldn't see 6-pack abs. Like, all right, fat fuck. And it would encourage good behaviors, right? And people can say that that's rude. People can say that that's harsh. But we had very few fucking fat people. Like, very few, Now, if you call somebody fat, like, there's not community, right? That shit happens still in real life. Like, people know it happens in real life. And I'm not saying that somebody that just wants to make fun of somebody for being fat, I'm not saying that that's a positive thing. What I am saying is we shouldn't ignore it, but it allows it to be ignored. Same thing with drinking, same thing with smoking. They have literally completely normalized being on mood stabilizing drugs for the most part. Like, it is very common for them to, like, you to sit in your house on social media by yourself, filming yourself. Like, you've met a lot of these people. Have you met a lot of people that you've met in social media in real life?
I met a few of them. Yeah, I met a few.
A lot of them. I've met a lot of fitness influencers, because I used to go to the expos. I didn't really haven't gone to expos, but I used to go to a lot of events. I used to go to a lot of Mark's events too. And Mark, I will say this: Mark Lobliner is the exception to this. He's very well grounded, family man, everything like that. But most of these people are completely fucked up. They are complete frauds. They lie about what they lie about what they eat. They lie about the drugs they use. They lie about the fucking cars they own. They lie that most of them are complete frauds that hate themselves. Like, they deep down, you can tell they fucking hate themselves. Half these dudes will probably fucking eat a 45 before they reach my age because they won't be able to accept getting older. Like,
well, I mean, look, this is it's a fantasy world, right?
Yeah, very much, very much.
The internet is a fantasy world. Like the best example of this is Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Where they actually have filters that you put over your face and like, look, I'm actually pretty. This is how I look like in real life. Look at this beautiful scenery around me. There's people that go off and they just like, oh, I'm a travel influencer and stuff.
Yeah.
And you take pictures. They're putting forward this lifestyle that they wish they have, you know, that they want to have, that they want people to think they have, but obviously it's all bullshit, and it stems from insecurity again.
Oh yeah,
again.
Well, it does, and they're also able to create, like, a huge thing that fucks with these people is that they create a fake persona online, and then they have to live it. Like, especially it happens in the fitness world a lot. Like, especially like for a long time, this channel was called Every Damn Day Fitness, right? Because it's just what I started with. Like, and I always said this is Alan Roberts for Every Damn Day Fitness, but people started calling me EDDF. Like they like, hey EDDF, like that's how they would refer to me, and I changed the fucking name in large part for that. One, for that, but two, I wanted to be able to talk about other shit besides fitness, obviously.
Right.
But because what's the weird thing is, like, I've always had a background in healthcare, so when healthcare became the thing we needed to talk about, I wanted to make sure that people were like, "Oh, you're just a fitness channel." Like, yeah, I was a fucking healthcare executive for a long fucking time before that. But it's like they want to label, like, the audience labels you as a persona, and then I'm sure you've seen it. It doesn't happen as much anymore, but like, I'm going to unfollow you. I'm disappointed. I'm going to unfollow you. Like, fucking go. But they know that works with other people. They know that for a lot of influencers, they know that they can get the influencer to basically kiss their ass, right? Like, that's the whole thing. Like, influencers will apologize for not being, not being pro Gaza enough. Like, are you fucking? I couldn't give a fuck. Fuck Israel. Fuck Gaza. Fuck Iran. Fuck Russia. Fuck Ukraine. Fuck every other country but America, and fuck the United States government. Like, fuck them all. Like, that sort of thing. Like, if that rubs people wrong, don't fucking follow me. But a lot of these people build up this fake persona, and then they're at the mercy of the audience, like literally at the fucking mercy of it, and it builds up this fake concept. So now the audience is forcing this influencer that influences them to lie to them about what they want to hear. So it builds this feedback loop of negativity, right?
And here's the issue. I mean, this is obviously a problem for the influencer themselves, right? But there's a bigger issue at play here, right? When you see thousands of influencers going on vacations, and they have, like, I mean, the filters they put on their face and their bodies too are indistinguishable. AI has gotten very good, and some of these people aren't even like female. Some of them are guys, right? And right. But all these people they scrape, and this is especially true for with like the younger generation, like 13-year-old girls and stuff like that. They're looking for role models and like, how do I want to be when I grow up, kind of shit. And they see these things where these people aren't living normal lives. They're not doing the laundry. They're not doing dishes or like raising kids. They're traveling around to exotic places in fast cars that are always rented, and it brings this sense of inadequacy onto so many people. Right. It just lowers everybody's satisfaction with life, including the influencer, because they get this imposter syndrome. Because they know that's not them. I mean, it's not even imposter syndrome. You are an imposter, right?
Oh, I can definitely see it. Like back to the fitness influencers. Honestly, and this is not because he's a friend of mine, but Mark Lobliner is the only one that's actually bigger in real life than he is on camera. And he's downsized now, but when I first met him, he was a fucking enormous human being. Like, I'm like an inch or two taller than him, and he was fucking huge, like huge, But otherwise, it's like most of these guys are all camera angles and fucking and lighting, they're very much just like how the camera angle hits them. Some of them take pictures really fucking well. Most of them lie about their height. Most of them lie about their fucking weight. So you're already building up this completely fake image of yourself, right?
Well, it's not even just the camera angles; it's the AI, it's the filters and stuff now. So you don't even have to be good
for
at
them, the worst part is they're already doing drugs,
right,
and it's still not good enough, right?
Uh-huh.
But then you have a lot of the somebody in the comment section is talking about some of the fashionistas, basically. Like there's a girl called Alexandra Rodriguez, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she is like a vlogger, like follow me for the day and this and that, and here's how I do my makeup. Like 300-pound woman, here's how I do my makeup. So she will be on camera.
Can you bring up a video of hers? I want to see if we have an example of her.
Yeah, give me a second.
Because I'm not aware. I'm not the influencer type, but
Yeah. Well, it's somebody that, I mean, it's an interesting study. Hang on, I got to sign into my. It's an interesting study. Like her audience, very much, very, very, very much, tries to protect her and stuff like that, as if she's not lying right to them, as if she's not directly lying to their face, And the problem is she will lie about these people, lie about herself, and it's just this insane. Give me a second, Alexandra.
I wonder why people get so they become zealots over certain celebrities and influencers and stuff like that. I wonder if the psychology is similar to people who are super into sports and they have their sports team and they wear the jerseys and they're all yeah, Cardinals or whatever their specific team is. I wonder if it's maybe it activates a part of their brain where it's a group thing, right?
Yeah, very much, I think.
Yeah. Where they have to be part of a community. This is their community, and then they'll fight and die for their tribe.
So this is a good one. So this is insane Walmart finds a day in my life. So give me a sec.
There's a comment. She's currently almost 6 months pregnant, pushing 400 pounds, edits herself down to about 200 pounds. Oh my God.
So this is when, I want you to just pay attention. This happens to be just a random still shot, right? Of her in her video, right? So, by the way, she's eating fast food. No, huge.
I was saying, is there something in her cheeks, or it's just?
but this is how she camera angles herself when she's doing her hair. Well, actually, that's a bad scene.
Something different. Don't ask why. Sometimes you're just I'm just gonna try.
First of all, it is still the most boring fucking content I have to ever review. People ask me to review her, and it's this is literally it. It's her fucking talking about shit. I review her eating and stuff like that because for a while she was on a weight loss journey, and she did Weight Watchers. But I think one of the reasons why I don't talk about her that much anymore is because it's open lie, open lie. First of all, the camera angle is very, very, very high to slim down her face. This is what she wants to pretend that she looks like. This is what she actually looks like. Right? And this is still with a lot of makeup and a filter on it. If you see, she's big,
Michael, you think it's one of those things where people like watching train wrecks?
No, there are people that are they literally love her. Don't get me wrong, she's got a certain amount of hate audience too. She all of them do, right? But there are people that were I mean, I've gotten death threats from her before. Not her, but from her fans before.
Interesting.
It's I just said that she's eating wrong, and she is.
Obviously, yeah. She clearly is. Yeah. I just say that because there's other influencers like this. There's this one called Foodie Beauty.
Oh God.
You're aware of her?
Yes.
Oh my God. She's a crackhead, and she's she's insane. Right. Yeah. But I think most people just watch her not out of genuine support, although I'm sure there is a small factor to that.
But that's also a very good example, right? That's a very good example, because would she be as crazy as she is if she did not get watched all the time? And I don't know if she's monetized still, but for a long time she was monetized, right? So she could sit down, literally eat enough food to hurt herself, but get paid for it. So it is a positive reinforcement for negative action. It's also one of the reasons why I encourage everybody to lose weight. But if you are going to lose weight, if you have especially like 200 pounds to lose, do not film it. Do not make social media about it until you're done. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because the very second you slip up, like you are going to feel bad. Like all these women weigh themselves once a week too, which by the way, women, you should never weigh yourself once a week. Once every 2 weeks between in your hormonal valleys, that's max. But they'll do like weigh in Wednesday. And then they'll be like, you can see it on the face, like, well, I'm on my period, so I didn't want to weigh in, but I weigh in for you guys. And like, you can see the fucking stress on them. Well, losing weight is not easy for a lot of people. Like it is, and stress definitely affects cortisol levels, but also it affects emotional eating, which most of these people are addicted to food, or you wouldn't need to lose 200 fucking pounds, right? And it's like, so as they do it, all of a sudden the videos where they struggle the most, or where they do something that the audience doesn't like, they're the most watched videos that they get. Like, well, I gained 5 pounds and I don't give a fuck. If they say something like that, they get so much hate, but they get so much money from the fucking hate, right? Like, so it actually gives them it's one of those, one of those feedback loops that they get. It's like, okay, these people hated that I did this, but I got paid for it. And that's positive to me. Right. So especially if it's like Foodie Beauty, where they already very clearly have mental issues. Right. But they're getting paid for people hating on them. Like, if she was on social media, would she be this big? I doubt it.
I don't know. I mean, that's a hypothetical thing. I don't know. She seems crazy enough, and a lot of these people seem crazy enough. I think they saw a market, and a lot of them go into like fetish porn. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, I'm big anyway, so I might as well start an OnlyFans and it's disgusting how much money they make. It is really, it's disgusting how much money they make. They just sit there and they'll eat an entire cheesecake, and then somebody will just give them $20 donuts, $20 donuts, $20 donuts. Is this a talent? Is this something that she's proud of? No, she's a pig,
Yeah, she's something. I don't talk about her just because she's so vile. Like I can't even get over it. Like
so vile.
She's vile. I mean, like it's gross. Like I mean, gross. Like as a human, like she's a horrible human. Like, and a lot of these people, and a lot of people on social media are not good people, right? Like they all like people that show their arguments with their spouses online. You're horrible. I fucking hate you. You know what I mean? Like, because man, like you're now monetizing your relationship and shit like that. Like it's the same thing. Like people that make their entire channels about their kids. Do you realize the world we live in? Like, do you realize a huge portion of people are not looking at your kids because they're like, oh, what a cute kid.
Right. Well, this is a problem with the internet, right? This is there's too much information. There's too much. Human beings can only process so much information, and a lot of people are shitty out there, right? And the shitty ones, the shit rises to the top too.
Yes.
And so you're constantly processing information about the world ever since you're young, right? I feel bad for the kids these days, and I have to watch my kids like extremely closely because I'm going to have to guide them into the internet. It's not like I can't, keep them away from the internet forever. That's obviously going to be impossible. It's not practical, right? But I have to figure out a way, something that I wasn't given guidance on myself, right? Because I came up in the internet. There was no guidelines or anything like that. You just hopped in and then whatever. But like, people are going to develop a picture of the world through the internet.
Right.
And it's so negative right now. It's so negative.
Yes.
And people reinforce that over and over again because it's titillating. It's sensational.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, hate sells.
Hate
You know,
sells, disgust sells.
Mhm.
And I don't want the world to be like that. I want to be optimistic. I want the world to be a good place for my kids to grow up.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
And I
man.
want them to think that too.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what you could tell me.
I mean,
I'm just griping here, dude.
well, and with good reason. Like being a parent nowadays, man, it's got to be terrifying because for real, like first of all, what do you tell them about half the shit they fucking see? You know, like, and you can only if and you're going to homeschool, so you're actually in much better shape than other people, like much better, because man, you send them to a public school or you send them to any school, then no matter what you do, like if you don't give your kid a cell phone when they're 10 nowadays, a fucking smartphone when they're 10, they're the fucking ostracized one, which is very fucking backwards, right? I saw something today where it's like a student is getting expelled from school for videoing the graduating class trying to read something like the silhouette sits on the blah blah blah. Like it's like this, it's got a couple like 4-syllable words in it, right? And the graduating class, most of them can't read it, right? And so he might not be able to graduate. They might expel him for it, which is hilarious.
I'm sorry, the guy recording it.
Yeah.
The guy, not the people that can't read.
No, they're graduating.
They're right on through.
They're graduating.
You're going to college, which is another scam because they're gonna send it like you graduated high school. You can't even fucking you can't spell silhouette. And then you're gonna go get a fucking loan for that is not dischargeable through Chapter 11 or anything like that.
Right.
And they're gonna garnish your wages for the rest of your life for some stupid thing you decided to get when you were 18.
Yeah.
It's a system. It's a system, and it's despicable.
Yeah. So hang on. I'm looking up the average reading level of a 20-year-old in today's world. The grade level reading. I'm looking it up. AI takes too long. But but it's like we're dumb on purpose. I always say this, like Idiocracy was a prophecy. Like, have you ever seen that movie?
Or was it a game plan?
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to be all like stoic and like it was a prophecy. Like, nah, it's a game plan. Like, fuck, get it off me. Shit.
Right? Because it totally changes your perspective of it. You're like, fuck.
So the reading level, the grade level reading of the average 20-year-old today is 7th to 8th grade is the average reading level
of a 20-year-old adult.
A 20-year-old adult.
An adult
is 7th to 8th grade. Why do my taxes go to the Department of Education? You know, like, I mean, so 20-year-olds, the average reading level is 7th or 8th grade.
And why do teachers constantly ask for more money?
I have no idea.
You're not delivering results.
No. That is in fucking sane. That is in fucking sane.
The more money you put into school.
That's average. That's average.
That's average, right? That's the average.
That means that it's worse for a lot of people, you know?
Right. How do you run a functioning society if like half your population is illiterate?
Have you ever like I do one of the things that I do for my ADHD to relax me? I do math. I do like math crosswords, math puzzles and stuff like that. I fucking love
Sudoku
it. Right?
and shit.
Yeah, well, everything from Sudoku to like actual mathematical. Like there's a couple websites you can go to with mathematical equations that are like hard to solve, and you like I try to solve them. It helps my brain.
Some people with ADHD are really good with math, and some people are bad. I'm terrible.
Yeah. but it's and that's why I always say it's like a phenotype. You know what I mean? Because like it's like the Power Rangers. Like if you get the right 5 ADHD people with the different types of ADHD in a room, there's very little that can be accomplished. Like, you know what I mean? Like very, very, very little. Because I found the same thing. Like if you ever I'm anything healthcare and anything math, I'm if I don't know it, give me a minute, right? Mark is like an encyclopedia of chemical reaction supplements and stuff like that. Like it's his knowledge, like his random access memory knowledge of that topic is fucking silly. Business too, like it's fucking silly, right? But me and him, like, if we're together, we will both be looking for our keys for an hour. Like that sort of thing.
Well, it's not something you put brain cells towards, right?
No,
you're thinking about random shit that doesn't apply to other people. Like
right.
I'll sit there in my chair and I'll fucking start laughing, and my wife will ask me what's so funny, and I'll be like, you had to. It's in my head. It's a scenario in my head that makes no sense. And if I were to explain it to you, you wouldn't laugh. But it's funny to me in this certain context that it would be very difficult for me to explain it to you. So just go ahead and accept that.
Right. Exactly. So since we're both ADHD, before we get too off topic, the reason why I brought up that I love doing math is because people just can't do it nowadays. Mm-hmm. Like they've grown up too much with a smartphone in their hand, and they can't do it. They can't do math, right? Like Excel spreadsheets. Like I fucking love Excel. I think it's the neatest program ever, right? But like people just can't work it. Like people don't understand it at all, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's a fucking issue. Like the whole Common Core, the whole Common Core thing. No Child Left Behind. No Child Left Behind was an Obama thing, and that brutalized the education system because some kids should be left the fuck out behind. You know, like, I mean, I hate to tell you, but little Tommy is just fucking dumb.
Was that Obama or was that Bush?
Oh no, it might have been Bush. It might have been Bush.
I think that was Bush because I think I was in school with that entire scenario that happened. Yeah, it fucked me over too.
Yeah, but like no Child Left Behind. Are you fucking kidding me? So you're gonna slow down an advanced child so they can the slow kids can keep fucking, and I say slow like slower, like whatever. I can hear the fucking internet fucking going crazy.
You can say stupid. You can just say we really need to stop all this euphemism bullshit. Yeah. Like you just call people stupid. It's okay.
But it's like like I'm sorry, but like and it doesn't. It's some people are not good at stuff like that. I'm sure they'll find their thing. Like the weird thing is like we gear everybody on this shit. Like, I mean, we gear everybody like it's the credentialism we were talking about. Like, I have met so many fucking people where it's just like they think they're so smart, and I'm sitting there like, you got to get there faster about some of this shit, right? Like, it's one thing to have like memorization skills. Like, you can memorize the entire drug dictionary, like the whatever it's called. I forget the name right now. You can memorize that shit, but if you can't apply critical thinking to it, you're stupid. You're just a memorization machine, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the two biggest things, like the ability to be self-actualized about your own skills. Because I know the shit I'm not good at. Like, I fucking know it. I will be the first one to say, if we start talking about a topic that I don't know nothing about, I will get super fucking quiet. But if I know a lot about a topic, it's hard to shut me the fuck up. You know?
Right.
But it's like people don't recognize that. They just want to fucking talk, and people have no critical thinking skills. They don't be like, well, for this to actually be true, this would need to be true, this would need to be true, and this would need to be true. Since two of those three things are not true, this can't possibly be true, right? Like right. It just is not how it is, right? But we don't teach that anymore. We teach like obey and listen. So these kids are told something that's true, that they're told that something is true, and they believe it 100%. You know.
Well, stay with me here. How necessary is critical thinking these days? We got AI, we got fucking all the books and shit like that. Nobody needs critical thinking anymore. We have machines to do it. We got machines to do it now. Obviously, I'm being facetious because it's retarded. It's retarded. You need to be able to think on your own accord and to develop your own worldview. And you will be fed messages every single day of your life, ever since you're young. Yeah, as soon as you can understand the English language to a certain degree, you're going to be fed propaganda, certain ideas, certain opinions about the world around you and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And if you don't actually internalize those and then jumble them about and create analogies and try to figure things out, you're going to just be a sheep. You're going to be a hollow-headed retard.
Yep.
That's what they want,
Indeed.
though, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, they want obedience. Like
Of
they
course.
want lemmings. You know, they absolutely want lemmings. Remember in 2020, they were like, the worst thing you could do is your own research. They were telling people not to do their own research. Are you fucking like, so Brian Stetzer or whatever that fucking little fucking twat's name is, from CNN. He was like, doing your own research is very dangerous. Like, you shouldn't do your own journalism and your own research. That's
you might come to the wrong idea.
Yeah, you might come to the wrong idea.
What?
The one that we don't want you to. That's absolutely true.
What do you mean wrong?
I always used to say, like, people be like, you just want people to die. I'm like, I just don't think COVID's deadly to me. You know, so you want grandma to die? I'm like, no, but grandma can stay the fuck in.
You might have the wrong interpretation of events.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's a very interesting, like, where we're at. You know, like, because I'm a big believer that they try to, like, they test out people's thought process on movies, and they'll make a movie about something. Then they can say, "Oh, that's you're a conspiracy theorist because that was in a movie," right? Like, I don't know if anybody realizes, but like Starlink and shit like that, StarNet, like, like we are playing at the precipice of what could be like altering. Like, there's also a theory, by the way. There's also a theory that an AI from the previous civilization runs our civilization from behind closed doors. Like, nobody knows who owns BlackRock. Nobody knows who owns Vanguard.
Runs our civilization or runs our simulation?
Either or, you know,
right?
Because
that could be a thing.
There's also a thing, like, have you heard the population lie theory?
No.
Where, like, they say there's 8 billion people on the planet, right?
Oh, and that might be, or it might be more, or it might be less, or
it might be way less.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
you know, like, we are very much not actually overpopulated. Like, and people think we're going to run out of resources. Motherfucker, where? You know, like, they'll say this. We haven't even been to the bottom of the ocean, but they'll say that.
Every time I hear somebody say that, I know they've never left the city.
Yeah.
I know you've never left the city. If you say the world is overpopulated, you have never left your city.
Right.
Because you go out and you drive for 2 hours, and it is an expanse of wilderness as far as the eye can see.
Like, you know, I grew up in Pennsylvania, and people would talk about this, and I'm like, you realize that, like, I can be in downtown Pittsburgh in 15 minutes if I drive that way. If I drive that way, I will hit woods after about 5 minutes, and I'll be at my hunting spot in another 10. Like, I would be that deep into the fucking woods, right? How is it overpopulated when I can literally, within 15 minutes from here, be completely, like, in the woods, like, like the nearest person like the nearest house would probably be miles away from me, right? Like, it's impossible for me to believe, like, in China, like, China has how many billions of people? I call bullshit. Like, I call absolute bullshit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They've grown like 1.5 billion people at a time when they had, like, birthing laws where you can only have one child.
Did they really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For a while, we only had a lot.
How is that possible? I understand that. I understand the one child policy, but, like, how do you grow a population by 1 billion people when you have just dudes?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right?
I really don't.
Don't they have like 30 or 40 million men than women?
Yeah. And there's also like shit like Iran. Iran regularly kills like tens of thousands of its citizens. Wait, really? Like, how much of what we're told is actually true about this shit? You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to any Iranian people of Iranian descent. I'm not saying that the previous, like, rulers are not fucking horrible people. Like, I mean, there's a lot of horrible people. Like, we don't even discuss the shit that happens in Africa. Like, and from what I understand, it's like fucking horrific down there. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't buy that we have that many people on the planet. I just really don't. Like,
There's
I think
always shit I wonder about. Like, I wonder if North Korea is really that bad, because all I hear is how bad it is, and then I'm like, well, is it? Because if it's really that bad, you think everybody would be like, okay, we've had enough, and there would be like a revolt and a rise up, right? But like, they've apparently engineered just such a perfect system of oppression that that's impossible. I'm like, really?
No, yeah, but it's obviously right next to South Korea. I have clients in South Korea, like weight loss clients in South Korea. They fucking love living there, like absolutely fucking love it. I have a couple clients that are Russian too. Russia's like Milwaukee that speaks Russian, like for the most part.
I believe that. I believe that.
It, like from what they tell me, it's not like free, but my one client said, he was like, the thing is, our government just doesn't lie to us about taking our freedoms when your government does. Like,
that's actually huge, though.
He was like, we watch entertainment, we have our sports, we watch this, blah blah blah. We go to nightclubs, we go to bars, we go to this, we go to that. Like, we do all these things. There's rules and regulations that we don't agree with that we follow, even though we fucking can't stand it. They're like, but a lot of people like retire early, and it's like, in America too, we're taught that like everybody else is backwards, like, and that's just not the case. Like when you talk to people from around the globe, it's really not the case, like, so it's just like, I think that people are fed lines or fed information that about, and it is a simulation, at least in that, like how many people do you know that, like you were just talking, like I know people that I went to high school with that haven't left the fucking county in like 20 years. Like not the state, like they haven't left the county they live in like 20 fucking years. Like that is crazy ass. I've lived in like so many different states. I love moving to different places and trying new things. I won't probably ever move back north because I like the South way fucking better because there's less racists, but a lot less racist
in the South.
Oh, a lot less.
Yeah,
because the thing is, like down south, racists tend to be vocal about it, and like first of all, who they are, and they're ostracized very fucking quickly. Like, I mean, like people don't accept it because, I mean, dude, I live in the country. Half my neighbors are black. You know what I mean? Like, and I live in the country, right? But up north, like they like make up words for like for a long time in Pittsburgh, they called black people Canadians because they were too afraid to call them black people. So like, well, those Canadians, like, you mean
those non-tipping Canadians? That's funny. Yeah, it's interesting because in California there is actually there is a type of racism, but the type of racism is like parental. Like these people can't choose for themselves. They can't. They don't know. They have to be taken care of. They have to be propped up. They can't do anything for themselves. I have to be in charge of them. It's a very weird. California is a weird place. And I grew up there,
Well, it's the racism of low expectations.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Yeah.
We were talking about the fat phobia thing. Like fat phobia is born in racism because of black women. Like it's so
that's a
so
stretch.
racist.
That's a stretch.
Well, not that, but it's you were saying that black women are all fat. It's such a racist thing. Like it's like this because they're women and it's like racist and sexist because they're women and they're black, they're fat. Like what the fuck? Do you hear yourself? Like you are pretty much saying like they are, they're deficient because of it. Like it's so fucked up. It's so crazy.
It's amazing. Yeah.
But hey, dude, I do need to run. I'm gonna go spend some time with the wife.
Understood. I have to set up my show.
Yeah, that's right. You got a show coming up. So Tuesday and Thursday next week, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Silkstream. Where can they find you?
On Rumble, the Incredible Sulk. I'll go ahead and pop that in the chat right now.
Please do.
On YouTube, it's at Sulkstream. And on Twitter, you can find me at Sulkopath. So come on over and have some laugh and joy. We're gonna chill out. We're gonna have a good time.
Hell yeah, man. I will join you one night when I can manage to drink enough coffee to stay up late.
Because we'll figure it out.
All right, folks. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.